right, you guys, we are making part 4, 2 signs that you are in a karmic connection. So I came up with 5 more signs that you are actually in a karmic connection and not in a soul love connection. So let's give it a go. Number 1 is you need time away from them. You need time away from them to take a rest from them. In true soulmate connections, we do not need time away from each other. Now, we do need solo time. A mature, self-loving, self-aware person will need a solo quality time to sit with yourself, to do your little meditation, to spend some time with your thoughts, with your emotions, to feel into your body. However, there is a huge difference between I need solo time and I need a rest from my partner. So ask yourself, every time you want to be away from your partner, is it actually because you just need some quality time with your thoughts, with yourself, like I said, or you need alone time away from your partner, away from the energy of your partner. Why? Everything that we've mentioned in previous parts. Because with true soul connections, with true soulmates, twin souls, we are operating on a very similar, if not same frequency. So we never get tired of each other. Again, sometimes you're overwhelmed with life, with your emotions, with things that are going on. You need peace and quiet. You need to be alone with your thoughts. But it is to have that quality time with yourself, not to take a rest from your partner. Number 2, you struggle to work together. And I'm sure you've heard those couples that people say, oh my God, I cannot imagine working with my wife. I cannot imagine working with my husband. That's an indication that you are in a karmic connection. Because if you are in a true soul connection, you can sleep together, you can live together, you can eat together, you can cook together, you can work together, and then you can go for holidays together or go for a run or do whatever hobbies that you do. Because looping back to point number 1, you never grow tired of each other. In true soul connections, you are each other's best friends. It's given in a true soul connection, again, because we operate on a very similar, if not same frequency. So you can easily imagine working with your partner, whereas karmic relationships struggle to work together. It also goes back to not necessarily working career kind of work together, running a business together or working for the same company, but they actually oftentimes struggle to do activities together. So it's like you're around the house together, but one is cooking and the other one is cleaning. One is reading a book, watching TV, and the other person is doing something different. It's like you're next to each other, but you actually struggle to do something together. Whereas in true soulmate connections, it is natural to do things together because we love sharing life together. So we can cook together. I'm like chopping and you're like waxing, right? Or whatever. Or we're cleaning together. So I'm vacuuming and you're mopping. It's kind of a natural to do things together and to engage in any kind of activity together. Number 3, your friends struggle to merge. And that's one of the things, I think it's one of the most common thing that I share with people around me whenever we talk about how do I know, is this my karmic partner? If you have friends that are your true close friends, you know that this is your soul family, friends that you are vulnerable with, that you spend time with, that you share everything with, your true friends, and suddenly a boyfriend or girlfriend, a partner is being introduced into the group and your friends don't really get along with this person, there's a very obvious clash. They couldn't be spending time together and doing things together. Well, think logically. It is because this is not your true soulmate. Unless, again, there's always an opportunity, an option that your friend is not really your true soul connection. But oftentimes it's kind of a logic, right? So if you are connected to a soulmate romantically, and then you know that your friends are your soul family, are also part of your soulmates, well, naturally they should be soulmates as well. So if it's clashing, it means that one of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't match. In true soulmate connections, our soulmate friends become friends of our partners. And sometimes it happens that, you may have a friend, and the partner of that friend, you don't share much in common in terms of, you don't have much in common in terms of maybe hobbies. Maybe you like different things, and that's normal, that's natural. You may be someone's higher soulmate, this person may be like a lower soulmate, right? We have extended soul family, and it's okay. But you can comfortably spend time together, you can talk to each other. If your friend calls you last moment, and for a friendly weekend, and is like, oh my god, my partner's coming with us because they really want to come, you're like, sure, let them come. You're not disappointed. Your whole weekend is not ruined because you sort of all vibe together. If there's a clash between your friends and your partner, it's obvious that one of these individuals is not part of a soul fam. Number 4, they are insensitive to your emotional discomfort. What does it mean? I'm going to give you an example. Oftentimes in karmic relationships, we are forcing each other to do certain things that we want to do. So for example, your partner can be forcing you to spend time with your family, despite the fact that you do not like their family, and they do not like you, which is a bit of a different case than when we talk about friends, because family is actually for most part built on karmic bonds and karmic relationships. But you deal with this differently because it's your family. You're sort of used to their gunk, whereas your partner may not necessarily be, especially if you do not become that healthy filter to help that person to integrate, because you yourself as well struggle to get along with your family. So if you are insensitive to the discomfort within your partner, yet you force them to spend time with your family, or you force them to do certain hobbies with you, despite the fact that they are not interested. So for example, I don't know, you love some sort of activities or hobbies that require being on heights, like I don't know, like bungee jumping or whatever, and they are terrified. So you're insensitive to the fact that it's not their jam, it's not their thing. That's an indication that you are in a karmic relationship, because in karmic relationships, we're not actually wanting to be with that person, with their frequency, with their authentic self. And we talked about this in previous parts, but we are using them to sort of follow our narrative, to fit our narrative, right? So what we want is someone that will be our partner. What we want is someone that will like a family. What we want is someone that will like our hobbies. And we grab the first person that we sort of get along with, and we fit them into our narrative. We are limiting their freedom. We are limiting their emotional comfort. We do not care that their emotional comfort, so to speak, is not superior that what we want from them. It may be deeply subconscious, but in a soulmate relationships, because we're so deeply connected, because we're vibrating on a similar frequency, because we're extension of each other, if your true soulmate isn't comfortable and you know that there's something that they don't really want to do, because they don't vibe as that well with your family, because they're just tired, because they just want to stay home, you understand that. You are empathetic towards that. You say, it's okay, baby, you stay home, you relax, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna sort of fulfill the obligation on or spending that Sunday dinner with the family. And number 5, karmics do not ever develop telepathy. Telepathy is something that can be developed between true soul connections, so twin souls, soulmates. It's something that is misunderstood. I've done a couple of videos about telepathy. If you want to learn more about this topic, you can go to my YouTube, and in spirituality, healing and spirituality playlist, you will find, and also divine love playlist, you will find videos about telepathy. Telepathy is not actually my mind to your mind. I am reading your thoughts. Telepathy is because we operate on the same frequency. We're not reading each other's thoughts. We are actually having the same thoughts. It's like tuning into the same radio station, because the wave is on the same frequency. So soulmates, especially, and soulmates, twin souls, especially when they start spending a lot of time together, they're already in a relationship, they're already in union, They literally start to have the same thoughts. They share the same emotions. And it may be on a level of bigger thoughts. So you're thinking about something around the meaning of life. And it can be that small thought. You're thinking about, what do I want to eat today? And that person will sort of pick up on that and will feel the same, that they will have the same thoughts. The reason it develops is because, again, true soul connections operate on the same frequency. We have a frequency of a soul that is very, very similar to one another. So again, if we in the physical spend time together, it becomes more and more intense, more and more pronounced. Whereas karmic connections, you will never develop telepathy. You will never be able to sort of tune in, because that's what telepathy is, tuning into another person. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? I am on the same frequency. I am on the same radio station. So I'm feeling the same things. I'm thinking the same things. I'm wanting the same things in the same time. You won't be able to develop that because you are operating on a very different frequencies. All right, I promise this is going to be a final part. I hope this was helpful. If this is the first video you're seeing, definitely watch parts 1, 2, 3. And if you're still here and if you've enjoyed it, please like, share, comment, follow for more. And yeah, I will see you soon.